together with 6 other ladies who are not able to be here with us, but we are in a representative capacity for them. So, about us, who we are. Lawyers for Farmers is a non-profit. We are an organization based here in Kampala. Our work basically is to ease the access of farmers like yourselves to basically go information and services. We do this through various platforms. We have an SMS platform, that little guide that we've given you, the smaller booklet. That's the guide to our SMS platform. But we also have WhatsApp platforms for those who are more comfortable with WhatsApp. We also have Facebook pages, you can follow us there. Our platforms are interactive, so they enable you to ask a question and get instant response. We also offer micro-legal insurance to farmer groups. I was reliably informed that this group is insured, at least medical-wise. So I'm sure you have maybe an understanding of what I mean when I say micro-legal insurance. But we'll go into detail a bit later. Our goal is to enable farmers to navigate complexities of the law, because like Doctor was explaining, there are certain things that you do in your business, but there are legal aspects of those things. However, when you don't have assistance to enable you understand or handle those legal aspects, there are certain implications which might come in a negative way to you. So our job is to of your mind with why do we do this kind of work? Yeah. Our story is that we were also raised by working with farmers is not very unusual for us, because we have enabled our families to overcome some of the challenges that they have gone through in their farming businesses, and that is what inspired us to start this work that we are doing. We've been doing it for about a year and 6 months now. We started out in the north of Uganda and moved to Central Region, so our impact so far is about over 1,860 farmers in terms of reach in the different regions where we've come from. And this is on the platforms, the insurance scheme. So we're in the Central Region right now, concentrated in Wero, but we are trying to reach out in as many regions as possible, including East and Western Uganda. We work with partners. We have Africa Business Academy, Suma Foods, Heifer. They're some of the people that we've been doing this work for. So when we're invited here today, we were told that we're going to talk to leaders, group leaders. And that's why you will see that the core of our talk was about business registration, formalization, how to set up your cooperative. But with the knowledge that we are talking to leaders, we decided to prepare a special presentation for you as leaders to enable you understand where we are coming from and why a group would require legal assistance, so that you can talk about this with your members and maybe we can carry on a relationship beyond this talk on how to formalize. So the big question would be, why does a farmer group need a lawyer? Yeah, maybe it has never occurred to you. You've been carrying on just fine, and you don't even understand maybe why lawyers are here today, because it was a piggery event and we are coming from a different world completely. And that's that short presentation. So my colleague Esther will do the boring thing about business registration and formalization, and I'll run through this very quickly so that we don't take up much of Esther's time, which is our core. So this centers about this. There's the needs, the legal needs of your group as a whole, and then there are legal needs of the individual members within your group. So I'll just give you a few examples of the legal needs of the group as a whole, to you as a leader. Yeah? A group is like a community. It's made of different people, different characters, but you as a leader, you have to manage these various characters. That is a governance issue. And when you're governing a community, you need laws. Does your group have a constitution? Do you have bylaws? How do you make decisions for the group? Do you decide alone as the leader? Do you cocoon with a few people who are in your corner always and make a group that affects everyone? How do you pass decisions? But what if you disagree? So you need that fallback document that has everything to do with governance of your group, and that is where a legal assistant would come in. Risk management. From our field experience, this is one of the problems that groups are facing. The quickest example to give is how you save together. Imagine you have a group of about 30 farmers and you agree that everyone will contribute a minimum fee, which we shall save. Your money grows and you start to maybe even lend. But how do you lend out? Is there evidence that you lend? Is there evidence that this person borrowed? Who can borrow? Do you lend only group members? Can an outsider who's very close to the group leader with a problem borrow money from the group? What we have found working with groups is that usually groups suffer loss because they don't document. There is no agreement to show that this person borrowed from our group. He will maybe relocate or run away with the money or just fail to pay. And then that's when you'll start to look for a lawyer to help you. But at that point, I am coming in to do damage control. And when I'm arguing for you, I need backup. Which backup is the documents? You ought to have signed with this person in order for me to recover that money for the group. So, coming in at the end would disadvantage you because there is only so much I can do within the limit of the law without documents. But coming in at the beginning would ensure that we have these agreements, we have protocol of how you borrow, where they sign when they borrow, how you follow up. The other issue is managing common property. As a group, there are some things that you do together because it's a community, like I say. Yes? There are some things that you're doing together. Maybe it's farming together, maybe it's saving money to buy something together. And how do you manage such communal property? Engagement with third parties. It will resonate her point very well. Every time you step away from your neat circle of the farm and your workers, you're engaging with a third party. Maybe you're supplying someone, maybe you're an outgrower, or you're growing sunflower or sugarcane, and a big company is interested in purchasing from you. But you have sat down, had coffee with one of the leaders in that organization, and they have promised that they'll purchase all the sugarcane grown by everyone in your group. The season ends, and they refuse to purchase. People are stuck with the sugarcane. Or you agreed on a price, but it wasn't in writing. The market changes, and this person thinks they will now be at a loss if they purchase at that price. So since you didn't write, they will change their mind and offer you something lower. And you cannot argue because you did not write anywhere. It is not binding. So you cannot plead breach of any terms. Another thing that I would want to mention on this particular point, which we have found in the field that's very common, is when a group borrows together. There's borrowing you as an individual, but there's borrowing as a group. You probably want to do something together, and you've decided, let's approach DLCU Bank. We have good financials, we've been keeping our records well, we can borrow. And indeed you can because, they are your banker, they've seen your bank, you've been very disciplined, you can qualify for the facility. But then there is this thing that banks like to do, it's called a personal guarantee. Yeah. You're all borrowing as a guaranteeing that the group is going to pay back this money. In the unfortunate event that your group fails to pay this money, the bank looks to you to recover, whether through your assets or as a person, because when you fail to recover with your assets, then they have you, the person, to take on. Dispute resolution is one of the things that people look to their leaders to. Yes, as a group leader, when two people happens, if the conflict has a legal aspect to it. Again, I'll draw from our field experience. I would say maybe chibanja holders. There's some people farming in your group, but they don't own the land on which they are farming. And their landlord suddenly decides that he's making certain changes or wants them off of their land, and they are running to you as a leader, help us to make deals with our landlord. But there are legal elements that come with leasing chibanja, owning land as a chibanja holder. As a leader, that is where you need the assistance of a lawyer or this group. Now that is general as a group, but what about the members within that group? Because the group members are persons. what we have found is that the special needs of the people within that group also come with their situation, usually their family situation. This comes from marriages, unfortunate divorce or separation, custody of children. There is a way that personal problems have an impact on someone's well-being. Your mind cannot be settled if you have problems at home. So you can sit here and listen to all the advice on how to grow your piggery business. But if at home there is a very, very pressing need, it's highly unlikely that you're going to be very productive. Things will come in through this ear and leave through this one because you're just thinking about how you can overcome this legal challenge at home. And that's where you get to benefit as a member of a group that has been insured legally. What about planning? Because we do all of these things, but we hope that at the very best we can continue this farm business even in our absence. That means planning for the next generation. If you have children, if you have a wife, what happens in the unfortunate event that you pass away suddenly today? Or maybe it doesn't even have to be sudden. Yeah? How do you manage your estate to plan for success? Those are some of the reasons that we think that we need to think about as leaders to determine why your group might need legal representation. When we have a relationship with you, it's a two-tier relationship. There's a group leader relationship level where we are at now, where the leader is the contact person for the entire group. It is a legal challenge that is common to everyone in the group. It comes in through the leader. The leader works together with the lawyers to design solutions for the members of his group. So it is not us thinking about, oh, this group might need this. It's us sitting with you, the leader, to design a solution, maybe a training for the most commonly suffered problem that has a legal aspect in your group. But then the individual member level is where you as a member of a group who has been insured and has a personal pressing problem can directly contact the lawyer. So it's on that note that I would like to refer you to this. If we can all have this, I'm sure everyone got a copy. If you don't have a copy, please let us know so I can give you one. I'd like us to have a demonstration of how you can send your personal problem to us. So it's as if what it would mean for you to send through your personal problem. And by the way, when you get it, we shall call you. So leave us your contact details and type L4F. That stands for Lawyers for Farmers. Type L4F and leave a space. So type L4F, leave a space. Type the question that you want to ask us or problem that you might be facing and send that to 6115.
You can have one.
Yeah.
Yes. Just now.
Yeah, yes. You should be able to get instant English, but you can send in your own language because the team is diverse. We have different lawyers who speak different languages. 6115.
66.
I think that was meant to be fish, yeah? Fish pond. Okay, awesome. So at least we now know how the platform works and that it works and that we shall get your question and get back to you. So your contact information is usually important if it's a couple of group people sharing a phone. Our experience in the field again has been that maybe not everyone in your group has a phone, but someone has a problem and you, the leader, you know how to send this SMS. So just have them add their name at the end so that when you respond, the response is personalized for maybe a Deborah, and you know that Deborah is in your group and she used your phone. So when the response comes and it says Deborah, please pass on the message to her.
There are different ways in which you can operate as a commercial farmer. On page 6, yeah, you need to formalize. Formalization is where you're no longer operating in an informal setting, meaning that these things that you've been doing, the gentleman's agreement she's been talking about, or you saying, no, I just gave my things to this person, but there is no receipt, nothing is receipted. That's what we mean by operating informally. Formally means you have yourself registered. Now we have different avenues, yeah? You can do as a sole proprietor, you can work as a partnership, you can work under a business name, you can work as a company, and also as a cooperative society. Now briefly, a sole proprietor, that's you as an individual operating your business, but you get a name that distinguishes you from your other friend who probably has the same business as you. Are we clear on that one?
Yes.
Are we clear? Then we have a partnership. Partnership is where me and Dr. Goodluck can work together, because our main aim is to make a partner, is to make profits, yeah? And we form, let me just use your name. We just say, okay, we can say Esther and Goodluck Limited or something, yeah? But our main aim is to make profits. It's not just for us to liaise and, be friends and stuff like that. It's to make profits. Now, why do people do that? Now, there are different kinds of partnerships. There are those partnerships. A partnership essentially should not be more than 20 people. If you're more than 20, sometimes you're losing your common interest, your common goal. Yeah? Like Helen mentioned, all of you have your different views and everyone wants theirs to be the priority. No, my suggestion is this, my suggestion is that. You want to tone it down, yeah? But for people like doctors and lawyers, those ones, we can be more. But here when you're just doing things to do with farmers, it's a bit hush-hush. No, I don't want to use the word hush-hush. No, you don't operate, you can't operate as a partnership. Some of you give us reasons. Where do you want to set up a company?
Own business.
You just want to own business. But what's your main goal? Yes, you also want to operate and make profits, yeah? Now, with the new Companies Act, it was amended. Now you can have, you as an individual, you can have your own company. You don't need anyone else. And you're the sole shareholder, you make the decisions yourself, but you're still liable to pay tax. Yeah? You'll get to know, as we go on, you'll find that as a company, we're always liable to pay tax of 30% of your profits. Of your profits. No one is going to come for you if you have not made your profits. Yeah? Now the privates are those where it's just you, the members, who are involved. The friends that you're going to get are you, Helen, and maybe Dr. Goodluck. Yeah? And all of us have shares. They're unlimited by shares. Let's say our company, we are saying all together, the company has 100 shares, yeah? But the shares can be at different prices, yeah? A share can be 1,000 shillings, others can say 10,000 shillings, yeah? And that shares and more about the stake. What's your size of ownership of that company? If that's a better way to say it. Those are the shares they talk about, yeah? What's your size? What's your stake in the company? Those are the shares that you hold. Obviously, the more you have more to say. The less you have, you don't normally have much to say. You will contribute. They will hear out your views, but normally the people with more have more to say. About company limited by guarantee, having shares. Now that one is a company whereby, yes, people will come together. Yeah? At the beginning, people will come together and they'll have hard money to set up that company, to get it moving, but their aim is also not to make profits. But there are people in there who have a stake. You understand? People have a stake, but their aim is also not to make profits. It's also more of a social cause. Yeah. Then we have the public companies. Now the public companies are the ones where, let's give an example of what. Can I give an example? A public company is where even you can go and say, I want a stake. I think NSS is that called. NSS is the best. British American Tobacco, where you as an individual can say, you know what, I want to go and also have a saying what this company is saying. Go you go and you also you'll find out how much the shares are. As I say, shares are about your stake. You will say a share is going to be this much, and you say you also want to be part of it. Yeah, those are the company. The benefits of registering the company, as you've seen, the liability of the shareholders is limited. What do they mean by the liability of the shareholders is limited? It is because it is the company. Huh? It is the company. When we talk about these assets and everything, all those things belong to the company. So in the event that the company cannot pay, they are not going to come for it. Helen and Esther, let's say in this way we are having, people are not going to come for you. They will first see that the things that the company owns are sold off, so that money is gotten, and then you will give it to the what? To the people, your creditors. Now, when we are starting up these companies, there is what we call their mandatory fees we are supposed to pay. Those we like to call them their government fees, yeah? Government tax, because it's not the lawyer taking them. These are fees that you have to pay you as the owner of the company, yeah? And normally you get an assessment. I think some of you have been assessed either for your vehicles or something. You know what an assessment is. An assessment is something that is generated for you from the bank to say this is the fee that you need to pay for this and this, yes? Are we familiar with that? Then we have form for registering the company. This is the point of registration. It's also 20,000. Add the bank charge of 2,200. Notice of business place. Where is the business going to be? What is the postal address of your business? Yes? It's also, at the time of registration, it's also 2,000. I mean, it's 20,000. You add a bank charge of 2,200. The memorandums and articles, those are the ones that I was talking about, that talk about the clause, the different clauses, the objects clauses. For what purpose? Actually, that's what I was asking you. For what purpose are you forming this company? What are you going to be operating? Someone can say, I'm going to be dealing in textiles, I'm going to be rearing pigs, and then I'll try and find, I'll own an abattoir. You know, there are some people also want to talk about like the entire chain, yes? That this is what I'll be doing, and like, it will be a one-stop shop, you know? I'll rear, I'll chop and everything, slaughter. And there are different kinds of cooperative societies. You have the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary, or the apex. Now the primary is one that has not less than 30 people. If you're having less than 30 people, you're just having, I don't even know how Nigina is operating. I don't know. You're just having a group, but it does not qualify as a cooperative what? Society. And the secondary is one that will have at least two of these ones. A secondary one is one that is much bigger. Let's give an example of Wazalendo. Let me give an example of Wazalendo. Wazalendo is a cooperative society, is a circle for the what? Soldiers. For the soldiers. Now, I'm very sure they have little clusters, yeah? Maybe the ones who are in Iraq, they form up their own circle, and the ones in Sudan form up their own circle. Now, this one, Wazalendo, it qualifies as a secondary or a tertiary because it has two, yeah? Two of the primary ones, all right? Now, when we come to the tertiary ones, now the tertiary will have like two Wazalendos, like maybe Wazalendo, you have Wazalendo, and maybe the KCCS, yeah? Are we together? Yeah. Now, and this one is this one that they normally allow, where we talked about that it can be allowed to operate as a savings or credits facility. It's normally when it's at the apex level. Those are the ones that are normally granted that what? That status. Yeah? But also, if the secondary one is organized, even the secondary ones, if they're organized well, they're also allowed to operate at circle level. All right? All right. And then for some people, it even attracts investors. Investors come and they say, I want to be part of that stuff, I want to be part of that cooperative. Yeah? So those are the benefits. Yeah. All right. Then, as you've seen, it can continue. Because it's formalized and it's registered, it can live past its founders. Yeah? Yeah. Those are some of them. I think, am I done? I think I'm done.
Yes, I think so.
If you have any questions,
I would like to maybe state that business formalization is huge. We actually studied this for quite a while in school, the different forms and the implications, the requirements therein, everything that comes with the nature of structure you picked. It can be quite bulky. We are unable to discuss it within this limited 1 hour time frame we were given. We try to compile as much as possible within that booklet that you received. But we are available. We are at your disposal in case you have questions. You can also feel free to use the platform to send them through, but we'll be seated back there for personal questions from members that do not want to share them here. If there's something that you want to ask that you think can benefit everyone here, please ask openly so that everyone can benefit from your question.
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Mary Zarona, and I would like to know, in line regarding the club, can we so 10 or certain people make a club and register it?
Yes, absolutely. You can. Clubs are usually registered. Investment clubs are usually registered. The same form as companies are registered. The process is not so far different. So again, you find it here under the format of the companies.
I would like to know the difference between an association and a cooperative.
Right. When Lisa was introducing that topic on cooperatives, yes, she mentioned that these are different. There's a cooperative and there's a circle. Yeah, the names that do not have a particular effect on the nature of registration that is doing. These are different. Can I call it a special purpose vehicle, maybe?
Yes.
Most of us here are from community-based organizations from local area, and which I know that we are under the district. Now we wish to have a company, although they are all profit-oriented. But companies are better. But according to the person who actually have shown it here, shows it is very true. And when you go through the process, it becomes difficult. So I don't know, as the lawyers, the way how you actually advocate for the farmers. Is it on the side of documentation? Oh, even that expenses you can defend a person who wishes to have a company rather than trying and then he fails because of ABCD. Thank you.
That's a very good question, because it almost, I mean, to me, I will not disclose to you that this business name is 20,000, highly unlikely, yeah? They are in the business for profit. We have a social cause to the business that we do. So to answer that question precisely, yes, we offer subsidized services to farmers groups that we work with. And we would be able to take you through that process at a subsidized fee.
Like you mentioned in the beginning, don't feel limited to approach us on commercial matters. If you have a burning personal matter, it does affect your business, yes? So feel free to approach us, and we are in the business of working at a subsidized fee.
On behalf of Would You Like to Farm, I'd like to thank L4F for coming here and explaining to us how to legally bind our documents, and for farmers, for the future pig farmers. It's very interesting for us to know that we can, in case we make losses, we can hold someone accountable with the law. Meaning we won't make losses and to have them by our side. But more importantly, thank you for coming, sparing your time. We're happy to have the lines and messages. But more importantly, as a farmer, I want to ask you a question, but I'll ask you later. Anyway, thank you so much. We hope that you guys can come here at the end of the training, hopefully, just to give us another piece of advice, and we then get to know where you guys stay, like in case someone wants to come to you for your services.
Information is all here. and also on the booklets that you've received, the cover page has our address. I know it's referred to it, but we are seated in Tinda here. Tinda Complex, Block C level, opposite Central Church.
We also have a gift for you from Good Level from staff.
Thank you.
Carry the farm with you. Feel proud.
Thank you.
Anyone from the district who wants to something? Anybody who is brave and not shy? Somebody from Uganda is not shy?
We are not shy.
Good afternoon, members. Standing before you is Michael from Movember. First and foremost, I would like to thank our lawyers for the great information that they have delivered to us. Me, as a person, actually I'm very privileged because at this time we are hosting the lawyers and they are spreading the gospel about agriculture. They've said that they are lawyers of farmers, and you've been talking about that you are having a WhatsApp platform, and if possible, for me, I would like to join that WhatsApp group. Otherwise, thank you so much, our lawyers. We are very happy we as farmers.
Thank you so much for that question.